Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. I just finished a layout, this Easter layout, and of course I have some scraps, so it's time to make a card. So I had this that I had fussy cut for the layout, and so I went ahead and fussy cut another pretty large cluster rather than individual flowers. And I have a A2 card base, and I'm going to mat it in this blue, and then I think I will cut a full-size piece of this. And I have this got from a Mercy Tiara kit. I think it's a sentiment that was in the embellishment pack of Joyful Notes. So I pulled that and matted it also in the blue. I also have this little strip. I'm not sure I'm going to need that though. I think I might ignore that one and just make this card relatively simple. So this happens to be A2 sized, I think. Yes. And so what I was thinking was, and I can make this border pretty big actually, this blue border, sort of emphasize it like that, and then put the flower on so that it fits in an upper corner, and then pop this up down here. Maybe I'm going to pop the flower up too, I think, and that way that can look like that with this coming down on it. I'm going to ink this and this, and so I pulled out Blueprint as an ink, and this is just so it stands out because this is pretty light and it's going to be on the white background paper. So just to pull out a little more of that bright blue and hide any imperfections in my fussy cutting. Just tuck some things down to get in the nooks and crannies. Pretty simple. There's some nooks and crannies. And here. All right. Let me see if I can get in here a little any better. All right, and then let's just cut these down. So this I'm going to do an 1/8 of an inch. So that card will be, instead of 4 1/4, it will be 4. And then by, instead of 5 1/2, I will make it 5 1/4. So I sped up this next part just a bit, just to 2 times speed, just to make sure that the whole video could stay under 15 minutes. And I think I got it. It's well under that now. But actually this card really only took me 20 minutes, maybe an extra 5 minutes for the fussy cutting of the flower prior to when I started. So it was a quick card. It's amazing how quickly you can put a card together if you have a ready-made sentiment. So I'm just going to, I've cut the back, the blue mat, and now I'm going to cut this one, again, another 1/4 inch smaller, which gives you an 1/8 of an inch overlap. I think that's what I did. I don't think I made it larger. And I wasn't worried about cutting up these cut aparts too much, because I'm not really scrapbooking that era of my daughter right now, and there's still a few left. But I'm still scrapbooking when she was little for the most part, except for a few school pictures or dance pictures and things like that. And this is really a teenager kit of my best life, but I found a ton of useful stuff in it, florals and different papers that have worked for other things, so I'm happy I got that. So I think that looks really sharp. I like the contrast of that dark blue, and as you saw, I did ink the floral so that it would stand out against that white and not be white on white. And I believe that I pop it up as well. Of course, I stuck that down, and then I remembered that I wanted to ink everything. So just going back and inking. I should really just make this decision before I put things together, but sometimes I get ahead of myself. So just a matter of picking the angle, sort of getting that to fill that space. And I end up using my scrapbook.com adhesive strips and squares for the smaller parts. I just pulled out a whole bunch of those squares because there's lots of little small areas that would need support on this. And they are really small squares. All right, sorry, I had to edit my audio there a bit because my dog got a little carried away with some barking at nothing. All right, so this is ready. I'm just touching up some of the inked areas to some areas that I had missed before. Sometimes it's hard to ink these super fussy cutouts. And I give up on my nails and get my picker tool. I don't know if long nails would help or hurt my scrapbooking, but I have some pretty stubby nails. I don't think acrylics would help because they wouldn't be sharp enough, but I make do. Tools are helpful. I think that looks really pretty, and I allowed it to go over the floral paper and even past the blue mat a bit. I think that actually helps in giving it some dimension. So then I'm also going to pop up the sentiment, and I believe that I tuck it under just a little bit of that floral. And then I'm going to add some, decide I need some finishing touches with some dark blue gems. I keep the gems in a little, I keep my enamel dots in a container just above, but I remembered that I had these gems in there. So I'm going to pull these dark blue gems out, and I'm about to go to real time in just a few seconds. Okay, and I think I'm going to put one more tiny one up here. Oops, lost it. All right, there you have it. A little happy congrats card made from my scraps.